Alright everyone, time for another Tanaan Jungle Guide. This time it's going to be about Apexis missions, and Apexis missions are a major part of patch 6.2. You are probably going to be doing 3 of them per day for the first month of the patch, so learning the fastest way to complete each zone is going to be a massive time saver overall. I've been playing the patch 6.2 PTR since its launch, and I've done these zones so many times that I'm probably scarred. In this video, I'm going to basically go over, kind of quickly, how I complete every single zone, with the goal generally being to get as close to or under 5 minutes. First up, we've got Ironhold Harbor. This place is awesome. You always want to do it. You can easily complete this in 5 minutes. Enter via the main gate and do as large a pull as you feel comfortable doing. This is generally where I use my garrison ability. Then move up the hill to the right and kill the next large pack. Then pick up the ammo packs that you'll see and move on towards the cannon. Once in the cannon, you want to basically either fire at any large packs of enemies that you see or the siege engines. You'll know if a siege engine is destructible if it has a yellow highlight when you mouse over it. After this, you have a bit of a choice. You either cross to the other side of Ironhold Harbor, pick up the ammo there, and hop onto that cannon, or you turn back from your current cannon and enter the large buildings behind you and then click on the various objectives. I usually hop on across to the other cannon. If you see a rare mob, then dash for that, as of course they are a great boon to your completion speed. When running around the place, pick up any bombs that you see on the ground and throw them at the siege engines for even more completion. But basically, by the time you do 2 of those cannons, or maybe 3, the whole zone will be done, and usually it's under 5 minutes. Next, let's move on to Zethgol. Originally, I thought this place sucked. That's just because I was doing it wrong. Simply kill the Kabbalists, I don't know how to pronounce that word, whatever, and click on the blood orbs that they're having a bit of a party around. Pretty much nothing else here is worth bothering with. There's an area to the top of the zone where I have found the spawn rates of the blood orbs to be super high, so just kill the dudes, click on the orbs, and, well, the handy thing about the orbs being large and red is they're easy to see. So just go from orb to orb to orb, tunnel vision away, everything else, and you should be done with Zethgol in pretty close to 5 minutes. Next, we've got the Akua place, the name of which I've completely forgotten. Just immediately head to the elite area. Don't even bother with the normals. They are for regular scrubs, and you're not a regular scrub. Now, the mobs in the elite area grant 5% completion each. They're pretty easy to kill, and there's also clickable Apexis construct thingies, and when you click on those, you get 9% completion. I like to do a large pull here and then blast them down with my garrison ability. This usually works really well if you're using the artillery cannon thing, and oddly enough, I find this place can be the quickest if there's no one else there, you get a really good pull, and you have a whole bunch of those Apexis construct things up and ready to click. So yeah, the Akua place, as long as you do the elite stuff, really easy. Next, let's skip on over to the Iron Front. This place is generally quite fast. Because there's a lot of stuff that you can do, it's not really that specific in terms of strategy. Just pick up the bandages to heal any of the nearby troops that you see on the floor. Now, there will be loads of clickable items in this area. Be sure to click them, especially the maps that you'll sometimes see in the side of buildings, because they're worth about 5% completion. It's probably best to focus on doing stuff like that, rather than purely grinding out the mobs. Now, the Wargron in the area have a shared tag. That means if you see another player fighting one, be sure to chip in. Even if you only attack it once, you'll still get some completion to your bar. There are also 2 towers near the southern part of this area. 2 rare mobs can spawn in there, and they both grant a pretty large chunk to your completion bar. Also, around the middle, you will see a banner that summons your faction's flag and starts a small little event where you defend it from the Iron Horde. I generally find that it's worth doing, and if you see another player doing it, be sure to chip in, because you will also get completion. Next, we have the Shannara Temple. This place is kind of medium. It's decently fast if you do it well. Now, on your way to the Temple of Shannara, pay great attention to the very first 2 levels of the temple, kind of up the first and second set of stairs. Here you will see the sort of this like Fel corruption on the floor, and up at the second level you'll also see a mine entrance. Now around this area you'll see Draenei bodies lying around the place that are worth that you can click on. They give, I think, 4% to your completion, and there's a whole bunch of them, so be sure to click on those. Now, after clearing out all the bodies and clicking on the objects, move on to the top level of the Temple of Shannara. There are a whole bunch of elites here. Now, ideally what you want to do is pull as many of the elites to the left side as you can and use your garrison ability to clear them out. There will be loads of usable things on the floor, especially inside the tent that is to the left. Now, the mobs guarding that are really powerful, so you either want to have raid gear or just, gather them all up with your garrison ability. Ideally, the artillery barrage is probably your best bet there. Anyway, once you've cleared out that elite area and clicked on the things that are to the left, then head on down to the first 2 levels again, and you should find that quite a few of those Draenei bodies will have respawned, and you'll be able to click on those again. Throughout this area, you will see small scrolls of haste lying around the place. Just, of course, click on these because they give you a minute of near heroism level haste, which just helps your DPS out a lot. And next we've got the Fel Forge. This one can be extremely fast, but it all depends on how many other players are there. For the first few days, this one will likely be kind of slow, but overall it can be really good. So, head to the Fel Forge and then go to the base of the mountain. Here you will find loads of circles of warlocks. Near them there will be bombs that you can pick up, and throwing these bombs at the nearby siege engines is pretty much your fastest way to get completion here. Do a sort of round of the base of that mountain and destroy all the siege engines, then pick up a bomb and head up the hill. You will find a few siege engines on your way up the hill, so bomb one of them, go back down, grab another bomb, head up, bomb another siege engine, do that a few times, and then go to the top of the hill, because there can be a rare mob that spawns there which is worth killing. Anyway, after you're done at the top of the hill, head back down. Some of the siege engines may have respawned, so be sure to clear them out using the bombs. If not, head to the lower part of the Fel Forge that is full of regular mobs. Do as large pulls as you can possibly manage, and maybe use your garrison ability to help you out here. Now, there's a few different clickable items lying around the place, so be sure to use them, and you'll also find rage potions lying on the ground, which increase your damage by 30%. After you clear out most of the lower level, if you've still got some completion left, then head back to the base of the mountain and check for any respawn siege engines. Usually about 2 sort of rinse and repeat cycles of getting all the siege engines, going to the top of the hill, then going to the very bottom, then going back to the base of the hill and getting the siege engines again. Usually 2 of those cycles will complete this zone for me, and I think I've got this definitely in under 5.5 minutes at times. Your only issue is going to be other players. If there's no one else there, you can easily get this done in like under 5 or 4.5, but the issue is going to be other people using the bombs on the siege engines. And that's basically it for the guide. All in all, you should be able to complete your main Apexis areas in about 15 minutes, not including travel time. So if you follow what's in this guide as opposed to just mindlessly grinding mobs, hopefully it'll save you a good few hours over the coming weeks and months. Anyway, that's been it for the guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.